Maria Caparas, Sextortion City. Deep in the heart of the Philippines, one woman led an army of scammers for almost a decade. New Hills, Manila had a queen with a no-name crown worth $1.9 million. Maria Caparas was a homeless mother of 2 children in 2010. By 2012, she had a mansion and the control of New Hills. The police, or just any regular pedestrian, could be part of her enterprise, if not all of them. Today, we'll cover the story of Maria Caparas, the queen of Sextortion. The beginnings of a scammer. In the late 2000s, New Hills was just an abandoned town in Manila. Very few businesses did well, and most of its 2,000 people population was struggling. Among them was Maria Caparas, a young woman who was homeless and a mother of 2 children. A woman who begged for food and lived most of her life without fundamental support. One Asian businessman hired her to be a webcam model. It is there that Maria learned how to trick people into giving her money by exploiting her sexuality and their impulses. The overexposure to that world and the content these clients sought also made her the spiceman to the point where she plotted her scheme against them. 2 years after, she had quit her job and started a home business that would mark the history of online crime. She started recruiting people to scam men through fake profiles. Setting up the empire. With the money she made by scamming men on webcams, she began building what would be the headquarters of the operation in her personal mansion in the middle of the city. The mansion had a gym, game area, and even an open bar with the intention of inviting people in. People she knew would become her personal workers. Initially, she started hiring women and gay men from 17 to 30 years old. She offered a high-paying salary with incentives, holidays, and a 3-day shift, allowing them to have money to study. Everyone in her payroll quickly started earning figures higher than most of the country's population, and the voice spread through the town. Soon, pretty much everyone was either working for her or had a family member who did. She taught her employees about stealing profile information, crafting unbelievably eye-catching profiles, love bombing, or as she called it, sweet talking, the scripts and the techniques, and perfect moments to strike. This and pretty much any other skill necessary to begin the first extortion clan in the world. Aggressive expansion. She incorporated trainers, managers, accountants, designers, policemen, and even her own Western Union branch. Her digital pupils were constantly looking for targets. Before initiating their conversations, they studied their praise profiles and public information. Their top targets were married men, as the stakes of any compromising situation were a bit higher. It was very important for Maria that they took the time to convince their victims that they were genuinely interested in either a romantic relationship or sexting with them. They then escalated the conversation using pre-recorded material produced by the model division of the company. This content was created not only to entice, but to convince any doubters that the person was indeed real. Finally, the poor victim usually sent content back, and that's where Maria was ready to strike, recording, taking screenshots, and sharing them back with their victims. The different scripts followed pretty much the same route after that, flooding the person with hundreds of terrifying threats from several accounts at the same time. But the basic message was simple: pay us or you will pay yourself. The money transfers. They usually requested Western Union transfers. Each one was sent to a different and random name generated for that specific occasion. They were able to do this as, besides the scammers and the models, a large team of ID forgers operated tirelessly behind the scenes. Then, a team of collectors who rotated constantly would go to the Western Union branch, present their fake IDs, and claim the money from the blackmail. This Western Union branch was one of the top 10 highest grossing branches from 2014 to 2018 and from 2020 to 2022. All transactions came from the US, UK, Hong Kong, and other European countries, and the numbers behind this are alarming. Investigations revealed they targeted roughly 500 accounts a day. That led to more than 2,000 victims in 3 years and more than 6,000 victims since 2014. As we mentioned initially, she extorted and laundered roughly $2 million. She was arrested in 2014 and released due to legal complications. The same operation took place in 2016. Maria Caparas was arrested and sentenced to 12 years in prison, but she walked out in 6 months. Finally, international cooperation led to the most relevant raid in 2018. She was arrested once again, but somehow she disappeared. All of those attempts, combining local police, Interpol, and other international support, were not enough to stop her from using her connections and resources. Her whereabouts are unknown, but her empire not only kept operating but left a fingerprint that many other criminal organizations followed soon after. How to spot scammers from the Philippines. We reached out to one of our expert analysts who shared some useful tips on how to spot these scammers. Let's listen out.
First off, their grammar and spelling are typically not great. They can get really intense when asking for content, and trust me, they won't hold back if you take too long to respond. For Philippine scammers, they're really skilled at mimicking profiles with nice photos, but they usually drop the ball when it comes to adding personal details. Their backstories tend to be pretty confusing. They'll never want to meet in person, no matter how hard you push. In fact, some victims have spent huge amounts on flights that were never actually taken. They don't really try to get to know you. Instead, often they talk about themselves and their problems, trying just to tug at your heartstrings and gain sympathy or affection. They frequently send you links to strange apps or websites. Just don't click on those. You can look them up on services like Scam Advisor to check their credibility. And if you're feeling suspicious about a profile, you could do a quick image search on Google or TinEye to check their profile pictures. These tools can help you uncover any fake accounts in no time at all.
Have you encountered a profile like this before? We'd love to hear your story in the comment section below. How to respond to a Philippine scammer. If you think you're being targeted, stay calm and act fast. Make sure to document everything, screenshot their messages and profile, and file a report with the police. Secure your accounts by changing your passwords to something strong and unique. Enable two-factor authentication and set your profiles to private. Consider getting trusted antivirus software and firewalls to protect yourself from any future breaches. Don't forget to report it to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center as well. Digital Investigation Services. Now let's talk about digital investigation. We provide a range of cybersecurity services, from computer forensics to identity theft protection and help with online blackmail and sextortion. We combine experienced experts with effective methods to tackle your issues head-on. Our IP to location approach involves identifying online criminals using their IP addresses and unique device information, such as canvas hashes. We can trace these details and find out where they are. Our team has the skills to take over accounts and conduct deep internet research to track down your scammer. We can send them a warning detailing the consequences they could face if they don't delete any compromising material or anything else they've taken from you. The letter will also stress the importance of them stopping their harassment and taking a permanent break from their criminal activities overall. Our ASAP service can deliver the solutions you need within just a few hours. Feel free to reach out to one of our experts at 800-790-4524 or visit digitalinvestigation.com. If you're in a tough situation, give us a call. We'll help you make it go away. Conclusion. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We're here to keep you safe from people like Maria Caparas. Until next time.